podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
I do my best, but my best wasn't good enough.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
I took my L and I bounced back.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man. Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up? What up? Welcome back. Yo, these Floyd Mayweather intros are like epic, man. I mean, for a dude that got talked about because of his vocabulary and illiteracy, he put words together, man. When I get up from a table, I don't give a fuck who eat the scraps. Like,
yo, that's funny because I was thinking like I made $350 million just for one fight. Yeah. And you're fighting on the app. That sticks out to me the most.
He talk greasy, boy.
Easy, but but the difference between him, because everybody compares him, since we want to talk Floyd Mayweather, compares him to Manny Pacquiao and legacy. You know, Floyd Mayweather was business legacy, of boxing. To me.
I mean, business.
You're fighting on the app. Yeah.
So you trying to say he was more worried about the money and Manny's more for the fans?
I think he was more health and money. You know what I'm saying? He was straight up tell you that. It's health and money. But he still picked fights that you would bet against him, like Zab Judah. You know, maybe people betted against him on Miguel Cotto. I was one that betted against him on Zab Judah. Like I did bet mentally against Ugas with Manny Pacquiao last night. I was one of those dudes like, ain't no way that's going to happen.
So you put a mental 300 on Pacquiao, like, man, we got this.
I put a mental 5,000 on Pacquiao. like, yo, Ugas ain't going to do it. I'm betting a knockout early.
Bruh, my best friend is Cuban, calls me, and he's like, bruh, you know I'm in Jersey. I want to bet on Ugas. I'm like, bruh, you crazy. You better bet on Pacquiao by decision. You can make some money. And obviously he listened to me, and obviously he lost.
And obviously now he mad at you.
He sure is. He like, I should have just listened to myself. Fucking Ugas won. And I'm just like, bro, I never thought Ugas would get the win, let alone get the win.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Like the politics. Yeah. I thought the politics was going to be like, oh shit, he won another fight like Porter and he don't get the win. Like my man legit got the win.
My man legit got the win and legitimately had everything against him. Like the referee was against him. Yeah. That bicep story was against him.
Bruh, that wasn't no story. That shit looked real. Come on, man. That shit looked real. That fooled me. I thought that was real. That was real.
That was real. I think that something, I don't know what it was, but it did look real because it kept showing up different angles.
That shit looked like an anaconda swallowed a mouse.
Yeah, that too, like stuck in his throat, like, ready for it to be absorbed. But I thought that was also like the downfall for him, whatever that was in his bicep.
You mean?
Ugas, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I wrote him off, bro. I didn't think he was going to fight like that.
Nah, and that's why in the thread, I said, yo, hold your opinion to after the fight. Cause nobody was acknowledging that, like in the professional level. Nobody acknowledged that bicep on my timeline.
Nah, I mean, people like, I posted it. So, I seen the comments, I seen the professionals that commented. But look, the thing is, Pacquiao is a sucker for a right hand. Like Mayweather was landing a straight right. I'm on record saying Thurman landed the most rights on him than anybody. And then Ugas was landing this loopy right. I mean, right. I don't know if this is in his old age or just the right hand. He just can't deal with the right hand. Now, obviously, Southpaw Orthodox, each other's power hand lines up to make the other one greater. But it's like, I don't know. Pacquiao's the one with all these legendary skills, man. He keep getting hit with right hands.
Yeah, but he didn't look like Pacquiao that fought Thurman at all. Like there was no pivot, as Sean Porter was saying. It was an exciting fight early. The commentary made it even more exciting. Sean Porter was like, "Yo."
Let me ask you because I know where you gonna go. You gonna go where Porter corrected everybody, but before he corrected everybody, did you feel that? Did you feel like they was trying to get you to believe something that wasn't happening?
So my beliefs were immediately like, oh shit, Ugas looks strong, stable, he's reacting and he's absorbing. I didn't even score the fight because I was thinking, Pacquiao was gonna walk right through it.
Yeah.
And there was a quote that I have that Sean Porter said, yo, Pacquiao is letting Ugas get comfortable. And I was like, okay, I believe that. Mm-hmm. I could see that happening. And no, Ugas was comfortable all night. I didn't like what's the guy's name? The judge, the unofficial judge. His name was like Larry something, Larry Hazards, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And he just kept like, I never saw a round for Pacquiao. No matter what, if I ran to the bathroom right between rounds and came back and it started late, and I'm like, damn, Pacquiao getting touched up. And then the unofficial cards came in, and Larry had it. Yo, Pacquiao up. There was a tweet that Sean Porter read saying, yo, they really think Pacquiao winning. And I'm like, yeah, they really think Pacquiao winning. Yeah. Like, am I not seeing something? And it turned out I was at the end saying they gonna rob Ugas. And
that's how I
won.
felt the entire night. I felt like even if he get this win, he ain't gonna be able to get this win.
Yeah, but he got it, and it was just blatant that it was his fight, his night, and Manny Pacquiao's reach didn't have it because his legs compensated for his reach in every fight he ever had, and his legs weren't there. And at the end, he said, my legs are tight. And I wonder...
Both of them. He said both my legs cramped. But I'm tired of Pacquiao with that. Every time you lose, you just going to give us an excuse, man. That shit ain't right, man.
I thought of that too, but I didn't want to go there.
That's what Floyd said. Like, yo, just give me my credit. Like, now you're going to say you got a shoulder injury. Now today, he got 2 cramps in his leg. Like...
Right. And I was saying, don't you know your leg? Isn't that like a pattern? Like, if I spar you... and my legs are tight, I'm like, damn, I sparred Ness. My legs are tight. I got to work to figure that out, do whatever it does to get it done.
But if your legs is tight, get a masseuse, man. Hire a masseuse to rub you down.
That's what I'm saying. You should know that your legs are going to be tight when you sparring.
Keep going into these big fights using excuses that you wasn't 100%.
So now I believe that Errol Spence Jr. would have torn retina or detached retina, could have handled Manny Pacquiao last night.
Handle means he could have got the win.
Could have got the win.
I'm glad you ain't jump off the cliff. A lot of dudes was calling in earlier this morning on the Morning After Thought show talking about Spence would have knocked him out. And I'm just like, yo, Spence ain't knock out Porter, Danny, or Mikey.
Yeah, Ugas looks solid, like Spence solidness, and he didn't knock him out. I was thinking Ugas was going to knock him out comes round 7 and 8. I was like, yo.
Manny?
I was saying, man, he getting knocked out. Come the 8th and 9th round, I was like, yo, he gonna get knocked out. He's getting touched up too much. I don't know what Goosen is talking about, but the tables turned from Porter thinking that Manny had shit, under control, but Ugas owned the whole entire.
I didn't watch the telecast. Tell me how it went down. Like, who checked who about lying on the telecast about who winning?
A tweet came in. And they read it, and I don't know who it was. It was an Olympian, and
it was Damian Lillard or something like that.
Yeah, all right, a friend of Sean Porter's, and it was like they really think that Pacquiao's winning. And he was talking about the telecast and Larry, the unofficial scorecard, because they was talking like, yo, Pacquiao got shit in control. Meanwhile, he getting touched up all night. I think Sean Porter was on target, come round 5 and up. He was very neutral in the beginning. He was he was leaning towards Pacquiao. But as we all witnessed, Pacquiao never took control of that fight. He just couldn't. His legs weren't there. Yeah. His reach wasn't there.
The reach wasn't there. That was the biggest issue. Like, he just couldn't cut that distance without not getting popped in the face by somebody.
Ugas, like Thurman said, his uppercut was coming from low and long. Bow, catching him, the double jab. It was all there. Ugas countered when it was time to counter. Ugas controlled the whole entire fight. Manny looked beat up at the end. And I know beat up don't look like the winner always. Mm-hmm. The winner could be beat up. But, he got beat up.
So you want Manny to retire. Like, you seen him and you like, damn, this ain't the Manny. He need to just hang it up. You can't beat Ugas. You got to hang it up.
I'm giving Ugas his credit. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do to the legendary Manny Pacquiao, who experience should have gone into play with the legs. But Manny Pacquiao with no legs is not legendary Manny Pacquiao, we know, because the legs, used to help him with his reach. Right? What do they call them? T-Rex arms?
Yeah, that was what Thurman called them.
Without the long T-Rex legs, they ain't no reach. Mm-hmm. So, I think retirement, man. Who's going to fight next? Crawford, we all know what's going to happen.
Honestly, I like the Tank fight.
Tank versus Pacquiao?
Yeah, ain't Pacquiao little? You just talked about T-Rex arms. That means his arms short. You said he had problem with the distance. That means he too little for these big welterweights. Tank is another pay-per-view guy,
Yo, you saw when I can't get the name. Kevin Hart interviewed it went viral. Don Cheeto. He was like 56. Damn.
Yeah.
That was my reaction right there. Like, Tank versus Pacquiao, like, that's my immediate reaction.
Just because Leonard ducking, he ducking. He don't want to send a contract to Thurman. Thurman want all the smoke.
Yeah,
Leonard
I heard that.
Be ducking him.
Thurman was on fire fight week. He was on fire.
He always on fire, man.
He the one. I think that that Pacquiao Tank fight, like Pacquiao said, he should sleep, rest, and think about it.
Yeah.
That'll be a good fight.
That's a good fight. Safe fight for Pacquiao. Safe fight.
I think he'll get knocked out, though.
What?
I think he
Listen
can
to what you're saying, man.
Knocked out.
Listen to what you're
Caps.
saying. Listen to what you're saying.
C-A-N.
Listen to what you're saying. The great Floyd Mayweather didn't knock him out. Margarito didn't knock him out.
Marquez knocked him out.
Yeah, Marquez. Accurate, very accurate puncher who had 4 opportunities. He had 4 opportunities.
Tank stopped.
You leave
Leo.
that out. Tank took 12 rounds to get a TKO on Gamboa with one Achilles heel.
Yeah, but he got the TKO. He also stopped Barrios with the length. I don't think Manny. I think that the legs, with no legs, Manny Pacquiao is not good. That's like your car with a bad engine, man.
So you don't even want him to take the Tank fight?
I like it on paper, but I'm not going to bet against him like your Cuban friend. Like, nah, Ness, I ain't listening to you.
What you mean? What you mean?
Like, so right now, you telling me to bet on Pacquiao?
I'm telling you, Pacquiao versus Tank is a safe fight.
Safe because Pacquiao's not going to get hurt?
Because Tank ain't a welterweight.
Tank's a finisher, though. Yeah.
So you think Tank knocks out Manny Pacquiao?
I think Tank hurts Manny Pacquiao.
Damn, hurts him.
Hurts him. Yeah.
And
I think.
Let me make this poll. Who wins, man? Who wins?
Yeah, make a poll. Hurt him or not, or safely. Manny Pacquiao probably take a knee, and I might be reaching a little bit. I got to sleep on it and think about it.
You casual, man. I think you just running with the superpowers of Tank, man.
Tank survived the jet crash, right?
Yeah, I seen that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Nah, I think Tank will put it on Manny Pacquiao based off of yesterday's performance.
Wow.
Yeah, and if we were talking about this after the Keith Thurman performance, my feelings. I
didn't put knockout. I just said who wins. I should have put knockout because you the one made it seem like Tank knocks him out.
I said Tank hurts him. I think Tank is the goods, man. Experience. I don't know, man. That's a good fight, but I don't. Manny Pacquiao, man.
He ain't never been in there with nobody like Manny Pacquiao. He got touched up by Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, and Gamboa. Was difficult. Y'all acting like Manny is done. Like y'all tripping out here in these streets. But listen, let me get to the super chat. James Benitez says Tank will stop Pacquiao by round 8. Moving like that, Tank makes him never box again. Y'all going on a limb, man. Y'all watch one fight and he's washed up now. That's crazy.
Yo,
That's
the concession is Manny Pacquiao is defeated by Father Time. I didn't want to discredit Ugas by that, so I'm not using that. Manny Pacquiao used his legs as an excuse. So come on, man. Manny Pacquiao is not Manny Pacquiao 2 years ago.
Showkid 2005 with a $5 super chat says, I picked Ugas because of size and hunger. Once that man got the call, he knew this was life changer. We seen this before. So what you saying? The Tank, he won't have the same hunger because he's already rich? I mean, I'm lost with the super chat.
Yeah, I'm lost with that too because Ugas, yeah, he's gonna be hunger, but skills always overcomes confidence, hunger, whatever
skills
it is.
Pay them bills, man.
Yeah, skills pay the bills. I personally, like you said, is casual. I know marquee names. Ugas, I did not watch him against Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of those fights up under the radar, passed it, didn't miss it, watched the highlights, didn't care much. I do watch Sean Porter. Manny Pacquiao, I did watch Manny Pacquiao. Ugas joined the fight, I had to watch it. Ugas defeats him. Now I have a new perspective on Yordenis. What's his name? His full name? Yordenis.
Yordenis.
Yordenis Ugas. Now I know who he is. He's a solid fighter, skillful. He's not our typical Cuban Rigondeaux style. He does have patience. He does have jab. He utilizes every tool in boxing, and he is the goods. So he used it against Manny Pacquiao. It was Manny Pacquiao fought that he didn't win, but I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, man, it's Manny Pacquiao fought he didn't win. So you good with this? You good with this retirement? Then that's what you're saying? Like, yo, let Manny retire. It's over.
I'm sad that the retirement had to come this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, only he knows when time is up. If he does decide to pick against Tank, yeah, I'll watch it. But am I gonna bet that Pacquiao beats Tank? Not at all.
Damn.
He better not want to fight Crawford.
That's crazy. He don't think Pacquiao could beat Tank. Wow. The game has changed, man.
Yeah, why you guys think?
Changed.
You think? What's the poll looking like?
I mean, what's the poll looking like?
Yeah.
The poll right here, we got it at 43% Manny Pacquiao, 57% for Gervonta Tank Davis.
What, 57% for Devonta?
57% believe the Tank is going to be.
Out of how many people?
So far it's like under 100.
100 people already voted on the poll.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. There you go. Those are half of that is Filipinos. Yo, somebody the other day told me that this dude's married to a Philippine. And I was like, yo, you think that Manny Pacquiao fight the same night as a WWE fight, he gonna lose his numbers based off of that? And the dude was like, hell no. The only way that Manny Pacquiao loses his number if Jesus is holding an event. The Filipinos only chase Manny Pacquiao and Jesus events. That's it. So he's not losing numbers.
That's crazy.
But I say that to say that yeah, there's people that still believe in Manny Pacquiao.
I mean, they do, and that's why I think that the fight makes sense, man. That's why I think that a Tank fight makes sense. That's that last fight. We got an option on Pacquiao. Like, yo, you could retire. Or we could give you the soft fight with Tank.
Soft fight? That's where I disagree.
He's smaller.
So you saying it's a good business fight?
Hell yeah.
Not a healthy
Tank
fight.
just did 215,000 pay-per-views. You know, Pacquiao is Pacquiao. You know? But we got Super Chat from Major Key Boxing. It says, leg cramps is legit. After 30 consecutive rounds, Ugas had advanced knowledge of the situation. Hence, sparring southpaws weeks in advance. I mean, so now we saying that Ugas is more capable and intelligent than Pacquiao to get ready for Pacquiao before Pacquiao could get ready for Ugas. I mean, I just don't want to make excuses. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Clap all day.
Of course. But Manny made the excuse.
No, I know, but his fans make more.
All right. I mean, Ugas had the 11-day training for Manny Pacquiao.
But that's what I'm saying. If Ugas had 11 days, when you think they told Pacquiao? When you think he knew? Come on, he's Pacquiao.
Well, you mean the Retina News and Manny Pacquiao knew beforehand? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, do you think Pacquiao knew before Ugas knew?
Possibly. I think that the news broke and then it's like, okay, we got to find you a new opponent. And it was Ugas like a day later at most.
There you go.
I mean, that's me just thinking. What do you know?
I'm just saying, it's Manny Pacquiao. I don't see him not getting more time than the B-side that they picking him to fight. You feel me? It's like at the end of the day, they had to come to him and be like, yo, you want Ugas as a replacement? Before they even went to Ugas.
I think based off of the Caleb Plant and Canelo fight contract being put out there, like, yo, 3-fight deal. Yo, if I get sick, I still better have a fight, same payday. I think there was some kind of stipulation like that on Manny's contract because it was PBC, same PBC lawyers, same concept of putting fights together, fight night, keeping the date, keeping the venue. I feel like Ugas was part of the contract. Like Benavidez said, he was part of the 3-fight deal. Like, things are known.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Benavidez being part of the 3-fight deal when his own promoter said that that's impossible. Al Heyman would never include his fighter without discussing anything with him. And he says, you know, it's just unethical.
Right, but still, I think that Ugas was part of the replacement if somebody caught COVID.
Ugas could be part of the replacement, but that whole Benavidez thing, I'm not riding with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He be telling people he was on a deal, and how your own promoter don't know about this deal that you allegedly got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. But, let's talk about the next subject.
Go ahead.
So on the docket, we got, looks like Porter versus Crawford, and the purse bid being called for September 2nd, which is days away. So question becomes, what do you think is gonna happen, man? Are we gonna get this, or do we see these parties walk away from the purse bid so that neither have any obligations to the fight? Because it's my understanding if you go through with the purse bid,
right,
you gonna have to now abide by the outcome
of the bid, whatever the money is.
Yes.
All right, clarify one thing for me. So, because purse bid can be confusing. So purse bid is they didn't agree to their own promoter's amount of money for the fight. So they're like, nah, let's make it bigger. Somebody else could throw this event. Let them bid.
I mean, purse bid is more like purse bid is more like two parties can't come to an agreement, so we go on a purse bid to get it right.
But two parties, not the two fighters, right? It's the promoter and his fighter, or like who is it? On this, in this case, is it Sean Porter?
Sean Porter and Crawford are ordered to fight. If their promoters can't agree, they got to go to purse bid. And
but
the highest bidder gets the rights to promote the fight.
Right, but this one independently, Sean Porter and his promotion, and Crawford and Top Rank.
Nah. Whoever's gonna represent Sean, it could be someone from TGB. You know, whoever's got the money.
Right, but so that's who Sean is not in agreements with right now with whatever they're offering.
Nah, Sean is not in agreements with whatever Top Rank is not offering or offering.
I got you. And Crawford don't have nothing to do with that. He's happy with whatever Top Rank said.
I mean, Crawford got to do with it in the sense that he's
the partner.
The partner that's supposed to face Crawford. So, you know, it is people's belief that he could be like, yo, make this happen. This is the fight I want. Obviously, it all comes down to dollars and cents. If Top Rank doesn't feel that this fight is worth the money, they're not gonna bid.
Right. So now we're in purse bid, and the question is, who walks away or has to take what? Go ahead. What'd you say? What you ask?
So I'm asking you, do you think because there's so much turmoil, because we never really get stories of Top Rank and Al doing easy business with each other, do you think they just walk away? Do you think they don't even bid? Like, they, you know, like, because if you bid, you basically committing yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you bid, you lose that deposit money.
Who could bid?
Anybody. You could bid.
Nah, I get that, but like legitimately names that we know.
Legitimately, any promoter or any business investor that
like
sees,
Dazn could bid.
I mean, I don't know that a network would bid. They could send a representative like Eddie to bid,
right.
and to make a play on getting that fight on Top Rank. I mean, on Dazn. And honestly, that's a fantastic idea. They did it with Teofimo. When Teofimo and Kambosos went to purse bid, Eddie bid 3.2. It just happened to be the Triller bid 6.1. So he went above. Top Rank had bid like 1 point something. So had there not been a Triller bid, Eddie would have won that fight on DAZN. And if the thing is, like, if you really want U.S. subscribers, this is a fight for U.S. subscribers. The U.S. knows Terrence and they know Sean. The question is, we know, Terrence's mandatory minimum is anywhere between 4 million and 5.5. Then you got to pay you got to pay Porter. So let's just say 2.5 to 3 million to be fair. And now you're talking anywhere between 4 to 5.5 to 2 to 3 million. So we're looking at total high budget 8.5 million. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad when you consider Eddie was out here offering Earl 8 and Mikey 8 to do their fight on DAZN a couple years ago. But that was also when DAZN was popping and it was just throwing money out.
I think that is considered advertisement money. The way that Eddie said Triller threw in that 6, that was just for them to make some noise and get their company attention. So Eddie should be. I think every company should always want that attention and throw that money around. Like that.
If you got it to throw though.
Do you got it to throw though?
Do you got it to throw?
Right. Well, they got an AJ Usyk fight coming up, so maybe they should take that change and throw it back in. Let it roll out.
Yeah, man. Yo, so what do you think of your man, Victor Belfort? And he's gonna be taking on your favorite fighter, Oscar De La Hoya. Is that something that, like you're, is that because you casual? You come out for the big names. Like, is Oscar buzzing on your timeline again? Is he a young chicken like that?
Valdez or De La Hoya?
De La Hoya.
Nah, man. I actually thought that fight passed. To be honest with you. Right? I just thought about it. Like, yo.
Nah, this fight is happening on Triller, and it's happening. When is this happening, bro? Oscar's fighting this dude.
Yeah, because that shit is a flat tire in boxing. I'm more interested. I ain't driving the vehicle of boxing. I'm more interested in the younger fighters.
September 11th. Triller pay-per-view event. Oscar versus Victor Belfort.
Yeah, I don't even know who Victor Belfort is. I am interested more in the younger fighters, like you said, marquee names, like the Kambosos Lopez fight. Like, I want that.
You want that?
Yeah, I want to see that, man. I
Man,
want
I'm
to see
so
it.
over
I want
that
to
fight.
see it. Come on, why don't we want it?
Because they took too long to give us that was a mandatory. Like, why are you taking so long to give me a mandatory?
You save up for a house and then you can't get it in your first trial. You just give up. You don't want it no more.
I mean, just think about it this way. If we don't get it right now, it's okay because, Porter, Crawford would been supposed to happen. It's like the second time they ordered this shit.
See, I didn't even know that.
And that's what I'm saying.
interested
Like,
in
if
that
you a
fight.
mandatory, like, that fight's supposed to happen. When these mandatories don't happen, it's just weird. It's red flags. You know what I'm saying? When they taking longer to happen, it's like it's a mandatory. This is something you got to do.
Right. So do you mean that like something in the back is going wrong?
I mean, obviously finances, something like that. It's got to be it. Slowing things up.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm also interested in the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is fighting PBC?
I don't know.
There's a big one. Like we got the Pacquiao, Ugas, Fury, Wilder.
I mean, sticking to the topic.
Oh, Plant and Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Sticking to the topic though. Do you expect this fight? Because this is just like headlines. Oh, they ordered to fight. Oh, they got a bid. Do you feel it's going to happen?
Yeah, I expect it. I just think that Sean Porter wants more than he can get. I mean, not more than he's worth, but he wants more than he can get, meaning what they're going to offer him or could afford to pay him. And I think because of that, he won't get the fight because, like you mentioned earlier, Terrence Crawford, he's like 3.54, and he's been getting that against top-ranked opponents, stable mates, and he's probably comfortable, and this thing goes into purse bid because Sean Porter needs his payday.
For sure.
So I'm expecting it.
I don't know that it happens, man. I hope that it does. This is a good fight for the boxing community, a good fight for us as boxing fans.
Right. So
I don't know that it happens. This is a big fight, tough fight.
All right, on track, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm expecting it to happen. I'm expecting if it doesn't happen that it be the money. But you're like, I don't know. But why don't you know?
I mean, it's just two separate sides of the street. It's like if y'all was gonna make it happen, why y'all ain't negotiate? Like if you Bob, right? Like this is something you don't know.
So take a short.
No. This is something you don't know as a casual. So this will put you in a better negotiation position, right? You're hypothetically Bob Arum. Your fighter is Terrence Crawford. Why wouldn't you make a deal with me, Al Heyman, knowing that if we go to purse bid, your fighter now no longer has a contract rematch? If you and I can negotiate before going to purse bid, the champion can ask for a rematch clause because he's the champion. If we go the mandatory route and use the rules and regulations, I don't got to give the champion a rematch because I'm the mandatory challenger. So to me, it's like by Bob going to purse bid, he's shooting himself in the foot. Now, he doesn't have to because he could be like, Ness, whatever. I believe in Crawford. He's the greatest fighter in the world since Floyd Mayweather, and that's why we don't care about rematch clauses. But I would say, yeah, that's what you said about Lomachenko. And then Tio beat him, and you crying that Tio don't want to give him a rematch. So you see how that worked? The difference here is Tio and Loma both on top rank. If Porter beats Crawford, he out with the belt, no rematch clause.
If Porter beats Crawford is out, no belt, no rematch.
No belt, no rematch.
So that means his 3.5 drops
tremendously.
He becomes like the $150,000 fighter.
Listen. This is the worst case scenario for Terrence. He fights Bud. He fights Porter.
Sean.
He fights Porter and loses. Bruh, he's a free agent with no belt.
Yeah, but he got a real man, and he's got history. So why wouldn't somebody want to pick him up?
I'm just saying it's already bad and hard to get him a fight. Imagine he loses to Porter on a purse bid, so there's no rematch clause. Now you lose your belt and you're a free agent because this is the last fight with Top Rank.
Yeah, but then he could sign to PBC, right?
I mean, do they want you after Porter beat you?
Why not?
You tell me.
They could get a nice rematch.
But do they want him though?
If I was PBC and my guy beat Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford's value dropped significantly, I think that, not in a scheme ass way, but the carrot on the stick is there to reel him in. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, it is, but Al don't sign everybody. You right. You right. He could sign him still, even off of laws. Look, they signed Elvis Rodriguez, the Dominican, the top rank cut. PBC signed him. There's another fighter that top rank cut PBC signed, Carlos Adames. Top rank cuts him, PBC signs him.
And Terrence Crawford name rings more bells than those two names you just named.
It rings more bells than those names, but I mean, you still got Al out there like a businessman saying himself, man, Bob put this dude on pay-per-view twice and he ain't sell. So you got it, all that factors. Like, yeah, he great.
Yeah, but it's
a business though. It's a business.
But it was because he was getting the 3.5s in the top rank world, right? We call that the Bob Arum diet. He was just making money off that, getting his nutrients off of that menu. But now the people know. The people. So you saying it was the opponent. Like if you put him in with a better opponent, he'll do better numbers. I think that better opponent and a better promotion. Yeah,
that's
absolutely
true. Ken Stone, Ugas was a top ranked dude. They cut too, and Andy. Yo, Al resurrecting all top ranked cut careers. Give me Andy. We'll resurrect him. He became unified heavyweight champion of the world. Give me Ugas. He became super champ to beat Pacquiao. Yeah, who else y'all cutting? Y'all cutting Crawford? We want him. That's crazy, yo. They turning him into and he just picked up Elvis. I want to see what they do with Elvis.
Elvis Rodriguez, not Presley.
Yeah, Rodriguez.
Yeah. Oh, because he used resurrected.
Yes. I mean, yeah, because I think they cut him unjust. My man lost one time to Kenneth Sims, who's a decent boxer. And that's what they're telling the boxing fans. That's what they're telling the consumer. Oh, this guy lost. We don't want him on our TV anymore. So if you saying you don't want him on TV anymore, you telling us not to care about him either. You teaching us not to care about people with losses because you cutting them. Boxing is crazy, brutal. But yeah, man, I want to see this actually happen, man. It'll be interesting if we could get a little Eddie Hearn type of play. And he also bids, you know what I mean? That's what we need, a little spicing up. Little Eddie come through like, yo, here's 5, man. Here's 6 and a half.
I have a feeling, man, that brings a lot of attention to the zone.
Yeah,
that's
even
a big
if you
ass
fail,
fight.
right? Even if you fail, like you don't get the winning bid, but everybody's writing, oh, Eddie made a play for Porter Crawford.
Right. And then you can have like a nice undercard under that. I think that the fans speak, man, the most and the loudest when things are going bad, and the reputation follows, and the opposite also happens when good things happen. The boxing secret world, secret society, the Illuminatis of boxing know that the fans will tune in to a Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford. You can put a poll out right now. Will you tune in if it's on DAZN? And if you're not a subscriber, would you buy to watch that fight for that month, $10.99, whatever it is?
Which
That's
fight?
way cheap. The Crawford Spence. If you're not a DAZN subscriber, wouldn't you pay the $10.99 or $24.99?
If I'm not a DAZN subscriber, I would definitely pay $20 for the Porter Crawford
versus $74.99 or $79.99.
$80, yo. It was $75, but there's $5 tax, so it's $80.
Man, let me tell you how slick the cable company is, man. I accidentally pressed buy for the SD Barrios versus Tank. Mm-hmm. And
this time around, they still got it for sale on your cable company right now?
Yeah. You had no.
Oh, you talking about
when
back
the
then?
fight happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
Barrios Tank. Right? I accidentally pressed stand to death. Boom. And it started playing. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of that shit. Look disgusting. Boom. Switch channels, went high def. Boom. Both purchased at the same time. While I get the bill,
what provider you got? What provider you got?
Files.
Yeah, but you knew like just based off your story, I already knew as a consumer I had to call and let them know like, oh, I bought it by accident twice. I really only wanted the HD version.
No, I didn't know I had to do that. I know that the
you
cable provider's like,
You just assumed that they was gonna know it was a mistake.
Yo, why would I buy a less than and a greater than of value?
Well, you bought it backwards.
On the same night.
You bought it backwards.
Of a sports.
Nah, but you bought it back. See, if you would have bought it correctly, I could see the mistake if I'm a customer service. Right?
Wait. How would you see if I bought it correctly?
All right, well, let me explain.
Correctly?
Correctly
is me buying HD and
yes,
then buying SD.
Yes. And that's
in the year 2021. Who has standard def?
But that's what I'm saying. Let me explain.
The mistake, though.
No, let me explain so you can see what I'm saying. As a customer service, I'm looking at you like, oh, you bought HD first because everybody got an HD TV. Oh, you bought standard by accident. But if you buy standard first, then you buy HD. Then you buy HD. It could tell a different story. Is all I'm saying. Backwards, it makes more sense.
No, because I would be like, yo, Ness, don't you have a flat screen television on your wall? So, okay, I'm gonna give you your money back because you are getting files.
At the end of the day,
you are getting files.
I'm at the end of the day, I'm sure you called them and they gave you your $78 back.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Exactly. Don't you know? Why do I have to call you? I bought 2 events, same moment, same time, 2 events, standard def. By accident.
I said this before, man. I don't understand why standard def even exists, but then fucking Izzy from Oklahoma said he buys it all the time. Like, I don't know why people use standard def. Like,
you can't even see the face, man. The fighter. The cut look all crazy, you know what I'm saying?
I got a super
don't
chat,
look as
man.
deep as it's supposed to look.
I got a super chat here from James Benitez that says, Tank will stop. We said that.
Yep.
All right. So the next one is from Ken Stone, and I think we might have said that. He said, I still want to see Khan versus Pac for the Swan song. Yeah, and they could do that in the Middle East or in Qatar somewhere, you know, for that Middle Eastern WBC belt that Amir got. But I hear Amir's, in talks with Kelbrook. Would you rather get Amir versus Khan, Swan song? Or Kelbrook Khan, finally. Unfinished business.
Yo, first of all, what's Swan song? What's that?
Like your last one. You gone.
Like the Black Swan, the ballerina.
Yeah.
For both of them, nah, nobody interested in that because where do you go from there, right?
Nobody interested in Khan versus Pacquiao.
I mean,
I think they could generate a lot of interest, actually. I think people would be jealous how big that fight will be in the Middle East, man. You got to remember, Amir Khan somehow got $7 million to fight a featherweight in the Middle East for a WBC Middle Eastern belt. Imagine what him and Pacquiao could do. If they could get some sheik to pay $7 million for Khan, imagine Khan versus Pac. I don't think it's over for those two. Like,
again,
it's never
business,
over.
Right?
Yeah, because I'm always thinking because it's never over. People keep talking about retirement, and it's like, yo, you talking about retirement. Meanwhile, Tyson just came back. You don't gotta retire. It's just now Manny needs to pick the right fight.
When you said Tyson, you mean Mike Tyson, right?
I mean Mike Tyson.
Tyson Fury.
I mean Mike Tyson.
Right, but there was no winner in that fight. So
man, everybody knew who won.
That was a business fight.
Everybody knew who won, and everybody seen who was trying to win. Mike wasn't trying to take his head off?
Yo, that was like Thanksgiving night or something, right?
Bruh, I don't know when it was. I bought it, and that's all that mattered. That's what I'm saying. Like, we still buying it. So this is another one, this on the horizon. Cotto versus Marquez. This is supposed to be an exhibition. Is you buying it?
I mean,
exactly.
For the entertainment.
See, and that's what I'm saying, Enrique. So why aren't these promoters as intelligent as you and I? And why they not sitting there like, man, dudes is buying this shit, but they exhibitions, but they buying it. So why you ain't, the way they just put Ortiz versus motherfucking Guerrero, I was tuned in. Now don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but that was a legit fight though.
But they was out there, they passed their prime. That's a fucking exhibition at this point.
It is.
It don't mean nothing.
Making it, right?
No. Let me explain.
That had an end climax, right?
No,
that had Manny Pacquiao. You watch that, you're going to watch Manny Pacquiao. Listen,
but you talking about end climax by another fight. But what was the means for Guerrero? Like, he got to win. Now what?
I don't know. Where does he go from
exactly.
here? Like, do we match make him with Andre Berto?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a win for either man that means nothing. It don't mean shit. It ain't like, oh shit, he beat Robert Guerrero, just beat Victor Ortiz. Yo, he got to fight. Give him a shot at Jaron Ennis. Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying, oh, he need a rematch with Thurman. We ain't saying that. That was just a fun fight. And that's what I'm trying to say. Promoters need to smarten up. Put fun fights on pay-per-view undercards just for sales.
I get
just
that.
For sales.
I get that. I understand that.
Because if you don't put Guerrero versus Ortiz on the undercard of Manny Pacquiao, that shit was going to be a straight to pay-per-view. Someone else was going to do an exhibition with it.
Right.
And
like,
guess
I don't
what?
mind.
Victor Ortiz still got his Brandon Rios fight out there. People will still pay for that shit. Right now, they'll still pay for Victor Ortiz versus Brandon Rios. Bad blood. Anybody that knows boxing long enough, they remember that feud. They know Victor lived with Robert. They know Robert lived with Brandon. It's a feud. We'll pay for that. Well, if it's 100,000, we'll still pay.
But you think that
and I mean 100,000
a main
people.
event? You think that's a main event fight?
No, that's an undercard.
Undercard.
Yeah.
On a pay-per-view.
What I'm saying is, instead of these things being main events on an exhibition somewhere on some circus shit, they need to bring the circus shit to the real fights to help the real fight. You understand?
Yeah, I get that. I would watch it like that. Like I
watched yesterday's.
Yeah, like I watched yesterday. But I'm not gonna watch on a Sunday Miguel Cotto Marquez and pay $49.99 or $74.99 or $25.99.
And I hear you, but you're willing to pay, and that's what the promoters need to see. Like, you know, you could do more fights like Tyson Roy Jones on the undercard of Crawford-Porter to help those pay-per-view fights. Like, yo, do Crawford-Porter, right? And do Shannon Briggs fucking Rampage.
Right.
One of the undercards. You know, help that
that
shit. Like, these dudes, they out here, man, they corny. James Benitez says, I never really cared for Manny, and I feel long as he has to go through a full VADA, he will take an L. You better bet on Tank, KO, Pat. Damn. Let me see where that poll at. We got Gervonta Davis is ahead at 54%. People believe he'll get the knockout or the win over Manny Pacquiao. Wow, so that's it. After last night, Pacquiao is done. You guys think that Lil Tank could take him out?
I think so.
Wow.
I think that he's done because his legs are done, and it's part of his arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't fire off without the banana clip if you only putting in, shotgun shells. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why he's done. So he better go get some shots in his leg if that's legit. And whatever that tightening is caused by, get that shit out of there. Mario knows whatever that is because he went all clinical with, Ugas' arm bicep.
Look at this super chat from Justin Gonzalez. Says, casual fan, but love boxing. This is my first pay-per-view. Bye. Wow, so he didn't stream it illegally. And he's a casual fan.
Why was it his first pay-per-view Bye. Because of Manny Pacquiao?
I mean, he's probably, like you said, casual fan. He's probably new, young maybe. Justin could be young. New to boxing. You never know.
Oh, but maybe his buy out of pocket, but he watched other events.
Yeah. First time buying. That's what I'm saying. James Benitez back with another one. Time to ring the alarm. That's his third one. He says excuses are always associated with Pacquiao. His shoulder, then needles, and now leg cramps. Accept it. Manny is done. Manny can still do exhibitions. Yeah, I mean, he could get the winner of Cotto Marquez. That's a thing, man. That's real. That
is real. And I still see Manny beating Cotto some reason in an exhibition fight.
Hey, listen, legends never die. Legends never die. Yo, I mean, you're the perfect co-host, man. What you think of Ellaby trolling my man Keith like that? Like Keith asking for the contract. Ellaby like, yo, we got him hot. So it's like Ellaby out here just clout chasing Keith's name. He ain't really trying to make this Tank fight.
I mean, that's corny, right? We got him hot. Where the fact is, send the contract. You said nanosecond. I've been waiting longer than a nanosecond.
Word.
Right?
That's
so
how I feel.
who won that? Twitter battle if that was done on Twitter or on YouTube.
Definitely
You know,
Twitter for
Ellaby.
Ellaby.
Yeah, man, Keith won that one. He went, national with it.
Word. What you want for Keith, man? What you want for Keith?
I want Keith. Keith was on fire. He said, Ugas would have been a good comeback fight, right? And Ugas looked tough. And Ugas, I mean, like somebody like Keith and professional fighters on that level, they have a different eye. So Keith saying that is saying, Ugas tough, but I could take him as my comeback fight. That's not a step-up fight. So who I would want next for Keith? Tank Davis.
Why you
That's
want
what's
Tank?
been percolating right now.
Why you want Tank, man?
I can't even name no names right now. Like
What you
Manny's
mean?
not there.
All right, Danny rematch. Nah.
I don't feel like
Jerron
Danny's in it no
Ennis.
more.
Jerron Ennis.
Yeah, we could take Jerron Ennis. Who else is out there? Name drop, man.
Yordenis Ugas.
Donnie Ugas. He should be fighting Errol Spence.
Virgil Ortiz.
He should fight Tom. Oh yes, I would like to see Virgil Ortiz versus Thurman. Yeah.
What about Conor Ben, son of a legend?
I don't know him, but his name rings the bell.
All right, you don't know him. So who do you know? Who your top four for Thurman right now?
Virgil Ortiz, Errol Spence.
Yeah, Errol Spence. He hurt.
I mean, after hurt. All right, well then get him out of there. Ugas.
You said Tank.
Tank
top Davis.
Those four. Yeah.
So let me put this poll out. My man said Ugas, Jerron, Virgil, Tank. Let's see what the community say, man. See what the community say about your choices, B.
People want them names.
Yo, I mean, Tank been that name, man. They threw that name out there, and the world really want that. The world really want that. They keep reacting to that on the polls. We're going to see what it look like now. But this morning's poll definitely showed Tank over Ugas Thurman. We got Show Kid who says, I don't see this fight happening. He ain't fight Spence for more money and 2 belts. He gonna fight Porter with no rematch clause? Yeah, okay. Yeah, but remember, if Al wins the purse bid or Bob wins the purse bid, Crawford is entitled to like 60 or 75%. So, it's a big ass purse.
I mean, yeah, again, that fight has to happen and it should happen. Again, we may lose it because of the politics and the finances, but I feel like we do lose it because of finances, fans, and I said this before, y'all out there streaming illegally, man. Y'all not buying the fights. And then y'all complaining about not getting the fight and COVID. You should be the last to complain. Yep. Yo, he got COVID. We lost the fight. He fronting. He ducking. Yeah, he ducking that low payment and that no payment that you contributing. So that's the part. That
illegal stream. He ducking you illegally streaming.
Yeah, man. We ducking illegal streams, man. Promoters ain't trying to lose money.
We got a super chat from LV Slugger that says, Lil Tank is the same size as Pac. Tank KOs Pac. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what my polls have been saying for the last 3 days. People believe Tank beats Pacquiao.
Right, but then we can't all live by that, right? By y'all polls.
Nah, of course not, because those are all opinions.
All opinions, because we thought Ugas was not going to win last night.
I definitely thought Ugas was not going to win.
So it can be a surprise or an upset if Pacquiao stops Tank.
Definitely could be a surprise or an upset.
And that's why we would tune in, like Thurman said. Sell that part of the fight.
Justin Gonzalez back and says, in my 20s, Ugas won, but I don't know if he beats Earl or Bud. So he's in his 20s. So, yeah, that's probably why he bought his first pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying?
He got his own apartment now.
Got his own
cake.
Got his own little gig.
Got the Apple TV. Yo, we watching the fight. Come to my crib.
Come over to my house. My first fight party. Shout out to Justin. Yo, shout out to Justin anyway, man. You got my son's name, so, take care, man. Godspeed. We got another one from LV Slugger that says, Thurman versus Broner. Huge pay-per-view. Both inactive. I'll take it because that's old. Let me tell you a story about that, though. I told Thurman he called out Broner. He started arguing with me that he didn't. I said, Keith, I was at your fight. Fuck is you talking about? You fought on the undercard of Broner Maidana, beat Karas, came to my camera, said you want Broner if he win or the winner, and Broner lost. Like, what is you talking about? He ain't even remember he called out Broner. All that. I'm like, bro, you better go check that video. But that being said, I always... Listen, Broner versus anybody. I don't care what nobody say about get your hands out my pocket. He don't let his hands go. Give me Broner Danny right now, I'm paying. Give me Broner Tank right now, I'm paying. Give me Broner Thurman right now, I'm paying. Give me Broner Floyd right now, I'm paying. That's it.
Broner Ortiz?
Give me Broner, Virgil Ortiz, I'm paying. Broner Jerron Ennis, I'm paying. That's it. I don't want Broner Ugas.
Yeah, I'll take all those except Broner Floyd. I don't know if Broner Tank will happen.
Broner Floyd to bring out the casuals, bruh. Oh my God, bruh. Because you got to remember, casuals don't even know that you win or lose. They only know what you're saying in the moment. They only know that headline that they read to get here. So Broner gonna do the talking. And then you got, you know Floyd. Floyd's the best talker. Now I like that. I always want. Remember when Broner was undefeated? Yo, he literally told me on my interview, like, I don't want to be the first guy to give Big Bro an L. I said, yo, this dude crazy. Imagine he would have been the first dude to give him that L. What sort of torch that would have been. Amazing.
Yeah, I you know what? you put it away. You could sell a fight. I think I would watch the Broner Floyd fight, but I don't see Broner winning, and that's the reason why I would not watch the fight. Or would not want to pay for the fight, even though I know I probably would pay for it.
But keep it real. If he fought Floyd, wouldn't he get the best like, he never got his ass whooped. Even Maidana, people that hate on Broner, people that dislike Broner, say that he got his ass whooped in the Maidana fight. But that fight is where he showed he was a dog. He kicked up. He hurt Maidana. Even in the 12th round, Maidana tell you the hardest punch he ever faced was Broner.
Yeah. He got hurt.
I don't think
Broner. He knocked down Porter in the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Broner has dog in him. The problem with Broner is that he plays too much, right? So you don't know whether or not to believe him.
Yeah, but you want to believe that going up against Floyd, you ain't gonna play. You already lost to Pacquiao, so you looking at it like, damn, God, you ain't gonna give me another shot after this. I gotta beat this one because it's over. It's only two legends. Look behind you. You got Pac and Floyd. He getting a shot at both. Come on, man. He better have an epiphany. But anyway, I got a super chat here from Young Prophet that says Thurman versus Ugas winner is Spence comeback fight. What do you think about that?
Wait, Thurman versus Ugas winner is Spence comeback fight. Oh, wouldn't Spence need like a little fill out fight first?
I mean, he don't do tune-ups. You know how Spence is. He don't do tune-ups.
After the accident, he had Danny Garcia. Damn. Shit. Yeah, I guess since he don't do any tune-ups, yeah, Thurman Ugas fight winner. I like either or, but to me, I felt like Ugas could take Errol Spence, man. I felt like it. I don't know he wins, but I feel like that's a hell of a fight.
6 minutes on the poll. 102 votes. Yordenis Ugas in the lead with 38%. Most people want to see him versus Thurman. The question is, what do you want for Keith Thurman? Do you want Yordenis Ugas, Jerron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, or Tank Davis? Let me go to some callers, mix it up here. We're going out to the phone lines. If you want to talk, you know the number to call in. It's 1-425-569-5241.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
What up? We going out to JP in Long Beach.
Long Beach in the house, yeah.
What up?
No JP? Right then. What about JT in New Orleans? Are you available? JT, New Orleans. JT, New Orleans. All right, we going to Steve in Chicago.
My town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up?
Steve, what up?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I wanna clear something up about this morning because you got me. Like I said, I just got because you said some things. Hey man, I don't normally put money down like that, but I just had a gut feeling, and I almost didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I never believed in this whole bicep thing. Like, explain that to me, both of you guys. If you had a torn bicep, you couldn't possibly fight. Like, you can't even cover that up.
I mean, we had Spencer Farron on. Spencer Farron, he was on, and he said that he had a torn bicep, and he questioned whether or not Ugas got permission to get a cortisone shot. But yeah, he said the boxers fight through it. So, it could be adrenaline. It's the biggest fight of your career. You're fighting Manny Pacquiao, the legend. Like, you just fight through that shit. But you definitely you didn't see anything. I mean, I know you in the Discord, so I'm sure you've seen videos and pictures. You didn't believe any of what you saw with your eyes?
Yeah. No, because my feeling was this. I was like, if he really truly has a torn bicep, I know it would be last minute. It might ruin the card, but to me, it would look fake in the ring. Like, you would be able to tell that he wouldn't be able to throw with that arm. When in the fight, I didn't see him like stagger or nothing like that. I mean, I saw the weigh-in. I placed the bet after the weigh-in. Actually,
I mean, but Steve, there's literally footage of him icing his arm. Like, he's icing it.
I know, but that doesn't mean that it's torn. If we're specifically saying it's a torn bicep, he could have, there could be other type of injuries there. I'm not a doctor, but from what I know in a torn bicep, most guys they're not playing. They're like on injured reserve. You don't shoot up a cortisone shot and fight through a torn bicep. Not to my knowledge. So I just went off that, man, and I went with my instinct,
I'm going off his arm looking like it swallowed a fucking basketball.
Yeah, people were throwing up memes, but I didn't. Hey, I went with my gut. That's all I could tell you. It paid off.
Congratulations to you. You don't got to make any excuses or give reasons, bro. You won, and you got paid for it. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't normally, like you were saying, like, I don't normally do that. Something told me, it's like the moment you had when you said you were quitting your job and doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I just had a thing in my head when they announced him as a replacement. Don't get me wrong.
I know what you mean because that's exactly how I felt when Wilder Fury. I bet on the draw for the first fight and I won. So I know what you mean. Sometimes you just get those gut feelings, but
I remember that.
I wish I could just believe on my. I'm too chicken. Look, in the pre-pro. Allegedly, on some betting site, if you get AJ by minus 275, but you put 2,700, somehow you can make 10,000, which doesn't make sense because AJ should be an underdog. But you seen that in the pre-pro, right, Enrique, with Killer Cows?
Yeah, I didn't really read it, but I did see it. But I didn't go into detail.
Now look, I mean, forget
2,700 gets you 10,000.
But listen, let's not argue semantics. Let's not argue whether or not that's right. Let's just go with it. You can make 10,000 if you just simply invest 2,700 on AJ to win. But
no matter how he wins.
But the thing is, this is like how many people would actually put that 2,700 down?
I mean, it sounds tempting though.
It do, but it's boxing. Look at what happened last night. I was confidently telling people Pacquiao by decision. And I'm confidently telling you AJ's going to beat Usyk. But when it's time to put 2,700 on it, how confident are you? Steve, could you bet 2,700 on AJ?
Hey, am I still on?
You are. I'm asking you, could you or would you bet $2,700 on AJ?
But embody that feeling. Don't just robotically
Not on
say
AJ.
it.
Hey, hold up.
Embody that.
Hey, let me tell you this, not on AJ, but when I told my wife about the bet, she said, "Why didn't you bet 1,000?" I said 1,000. I said, "Shit." I said, "I'm not that crazy."
Yo, 1,000. Oh my God, you'd have made $3K. Oh my God, that would have been a vacation.
Yeah. That's what she told me. And I'm like, no. I said, hell, I barely had the courage to drop, what I did.
And that's all I'm talking about. Is like, I get too scared. That's what I said. I lived through the whole Mayweather era, and I never bet on Mayweather by decision. I still was scared.
Yo, I
value my money too much, but
I bet it $1,000 on Zab Judah to win over Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my God! See, I can't do that, bro. How would you? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have been a dude telling you, no, don't bet. But look, Zab gave Floyd some shit in that fight until it got crazy. But all right, Steve, man.
Hey,
go ahead.
No, I've always liked Ugas. I don't know if you remember way back when, I was even favoring him over Crawford back in the day, like about 2 years ago when we were looking for an opponent for Crawford. I've always liked Ugas. I've always liked him. So
yeah, I
that's all I got.
I definitely overlooked him, man. It's sad. I do this shit every single day, and I fell victim. I didn't see. And it's crazy because yesterday, bro, he was beating Pacquiao with the basics. It was literally a jab. He hit him with so many jabs. I was begging. Like, you could hear me like, yo, man, he's just one punch at a time. Like, I wanted Ugas to do more. That's how desperate I was. But let me go to some more callers here. Looks like we got...
Let's go! Come on. Info Joe is a beast. Checkbox red. Undefeated punchlines, better place your bet. The number one call, fought my way up the ranks. Border wars fighter, going hard in the pain. Boxing scene writers call me spectacular.
Yo. Am I clear?
Not really.
You why? We gonna hope that it clears up. You in the lab?
No, I need some better headphones, man. I think my headphones is going out. How about now?
You sounding good?
You better. You were breaking up earlier. It might have been more your service versus your headphones.
Yeah, probably.
Ugas what's up,
versus
man?
no
Good
leg
to
man.
see you, Enrique. You coming to Watertown?
I'm coming to Watertown.
Good.
I'm coming to Watertown, man, with a purpose, man. Coming with a purpose.
That's right. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my brother.
It'll be great to see you, Info.
On to the boxing last night, man. Give me my crow, man. I picked Pacquiao.
Yo, I did too. I'm gonna take some with you, man. We done fell away. We done got away from Crow, man.
You not alone, though.
Man. Shout out to Ugas, man. Shout out to Cuba. I know he inspired a lot of his people on the island and in Florida and everywhere that they at, man. But I thought it was gonna come down to a numbers game, man. I thought he was gonna outpoint Ugas, man, because Ugas such a counter puncher. He's never first normally, and man, he's proved me wrong. I think the jab changed the game. The jab was long. Hey, man, it look like his reach, man. It might be no. Somebody told me him and Crawford are close, man, but he got probably one of the longest reach in the welterweight division. But I love the uppercuts. I was like you, Ness. I wanted him to do more just to secure it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he was hesitant. Shout out to the legend, Warrior Pac-Man, man. For him still trying to fight these young hogs, man. But it's about time he hang it up. He was not the same Pacquiao that I seen in the Thurman fight. His legs was gone. He couldn't shoot in and lay off and shoot out. He couldn't get away from the right hand, through the hole. And he never adjusted really, man. He could never. But I think the jab and the reach changed the game, man. But time for the man to retire. He's a legend. And I think he got old last night. He was not the same dude that fought Thurman, that's for sure. He was a lot slower, and I think that was it, man. Shout out to you guys, man. They had a great game plan. Shout out to his coach, Salas. Shout out to Cuba, man. That's all I got. TBV for life. See y'all at Border Wars, Watertown, Wisconsin. Unfinished business. Peace, gentlemen.
Peace.
Peace.
Yo, I thought that no matter what, during the fight, I was like, yo, no, if I turn my head to the right and I miss something, it was Ugas putting in the work, right, that I missed. It was never Manny Pacquiao. If I turned around and looked back at the TV, it was Manny Pacquiao getting touched up. There was nothing else he could do to solidify a win. The only way he would lose is by robbery. So I was thinking, yo, they're going to steal it from him. So I thought he had it in the bag. I don't know what else people were asking for, but I thought he had it in the bag. Come round 9, I was like, he's
Ugas?
got it in the bag. Yeah, Ugas.
Yeah, I still just thought he was going to get robbed, though.
I thought he was going to get robbed, but that was just me, conspiracy, boxing, mafia, all
boxing,
that shit.
that's how boxing does us. It got us thinking that even if you winning, you ain't winning, man. Ken Stone says, Broner versus Khan is a great style matchup. Great chin doesn't let his hands go versus bad chin and punches too much. Yeah, I guess. But that's the thing. I mean, I think Broner stops Khan. I'm always going to pick against Khan. That chin is too vulnerable, man. That chin is like paper mache, man. Let me go to Brandon in Cincinnati. What up?
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jump duffel bag with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Folks jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
You don't sound well at all. You sound very, very, very far.
Yeah.
What about now? How I sound now?
You sound the same.
Yeah, it sound like you in another room.
My man using them headsets.
It sound like on a movie when they want to show the somebody on the phone. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like the audio from the phone in the room.
Am I good now?
You
better.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's this fucking phone. I'm getting a new phone Tuesday. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, shout out to Ugas. He did his thing. I need to get my crow. Go ahead and crow me up, Ness.
Crow up, crow up.
Yeah, JP was saying it earlier on the back call. Guys like Pacquiao, Roy Jones, those guys who ain't necessarily the best fundamentally sound fighters, but they depend on like their reflexes and God-gifted abilities. Once those reflexes and that explosion and that ability to get in with your feet, having that twitch reflex, once that shit diminishes, that's when they start to lose. And he was one of those fighters, Pacquiao, who was, dependent on explosiveness and quick feet and reflexes. Now that he ain't got that no more, Father Time caught up with him. I can't see him really beating none of the top guys at this point. And the last thing I want to see him do is take a fight where he think it's a farewell fight, like a Jeff Horn caliber fighter, and he ends up losing on the, what's supposed to be his farewell fight. So, in my opinion, I think he should just hang it up, go run for president. He's got, more important shit to do at this point. And Nash, you my dog, man. And but sometimes you just tend to piss me off. Like I peep the little shit you be saying. Like you starting to try to paint this narrative as if Bud and Porter don't happen. Somehow we can blame it on Bud.
What you mean?
Bud has no way out of this fight. Only way
How I'm
Bud.
blaming it on Bud? I don't even know what you're talking about, man. That's
You
your
keep saying,
mind.
you keep saying if these two don't come with up to an agreement, no, Bud. It ain't no whether Bud can't come up with no agreement. It's either he vacates his belt or he fights Sean. Sean is the only person with a way out of this fight.
No,
Bud cannot.
that's not true.
So how can Bud get out of this fight without vacating his belt?
They still got purse bid.
How can Bud get out of this fight without vacating his belt?
I mean, by them not going to purse bid. All Al got to do is not go to purse bid.
Okay, how can Bud, and that won't be Bud's fault. That's Sean's fault. We keep trying to paint this narrative.
I mean, you know, I guess if you want to look at it like that, you know, but you want to call it Al's fault when every other Bud mandatory fought on ESPN. You want to just eliminate that. The man's been. No, you want to eliminate that from our minds. Like, you're calling it Al's fault, but this is the first mandatory that's going to purse bid. This is the first mandatory Bob all of a sudden now can't negotiate with. And you calling it Al's fault. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The man can negotiate with everyone else. When it comes to Al, we going to purse bid.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Why would I put big money up for a fighter who's on his way out the door, Ness?
Who am I hypothetically? Whose feet am I stepping into here with your hypothetical? Who am I?
If you Bob Arum, why would you place a bid on a fight of that magnitude for a fighter who's gonna be gone after that fight?
I don't know, to show him that I want to keep him, show him that I still have interest in him, show him that I'm interested in being with him. You know why is Al giving Canelo his highest payday ever? To show that he's interested, show that he wants to do business, right?
Bob's showing you he's not interested.
All right then. So then don't blame Al. You see what I'm saying? We got to the point. You just said Bob is showing you you're not interested. I got to get to other callers, man. You killed yourself. You said it yourself, man. James, Huntsville, what up? These dudes killing themselves. They want Al to make a big fight for Crawford. Like, come on, brother. That's his promoter.
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What up?
Good evening, man. Yo, these bud tenders, man, they're a trip, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
They just trying to, like, only person you could really blame in that situation would be Bob. I mean, if Bob really did give a shit about keeping Bud around, he would have tried his hardest to make negotiations and do X, Y, Z to keep his fighter. But
listen, what's the best way? Listen. All Crawford wants is for Bob to make the Earl fight. What's the best way to show Crawford, hey, you can re-sign with us? Look, we just negotiated for the Porter fight. We didn't have to go to burst bid. And now, this is, look, this is showing you. We talking, so now we can talk for the Earl fight after this fight. But instead, you showing the guy that you told you can make the big fight that you actually can't, and you still stubborn, and they got to go to purse bid for Porter. So why would he believe you that you gonna make the Earl fight?
Yeah, or even start some contingency negotiations with Al for a future Earl fight if you were serious about keeping Bud. But we all know he's not, man. Mm-hmm. So end of the day, I hope Bud just goes somewhere where he could just be appreciated, man. I mean, to be honest, I won't be surprised he does go to PBC. I mean, to get a premier welterweight.
I don't think he will, man. I mean, look at Bud is a bitter person, man. Nobody's gonna say it.
True.
But like, come on, the first thing out his mouth is, I don't even know what was the first thing out his mouth, man. Something like
he said a lot.
It was all I heard was nana nana boo boo. I mean, psych. Don't be mad. Like, yo, we both mad. Like, what the fuck is Bud talking about? Let me not paraphrase and pull up his tweet. Because I just don't get him sometimes.
He said something like, "You're gonna need me." He said, "You're gonna need me now." And then he said another tweet today, "I'm just gonna move up to 168." I was like, "Yo, Bud's being real petty today."
Listen, so he says, "Looks like Ellerby gonna need me after." Oh no, excuse me. Looks like Errol Spence gonna need me after all, though. Laugh out loud emoji or laughing emoji. I know you really mad about that fight last night because I was. 3 laughing out loud emojis. But Not in a hating way, just in a missed opportunity way. Don't beat yourself up about it. Get well, champ. So, I mean, it's the first thing out his mouth when Ugas wins.
Yo, that's beating the man up while he's already down. That's beating the man up while he's already down. But other than that, man, yeah, Tank will beat the shit out of Pacquiao, man. I'm gonna keep that same energy. You know, I'm just serious, man. And that fight ever does be made, man, I please just take the bet for the KO, man. Just take the bet for the KO. Other than that, man, good show as always, man. There's gonna be some more Bud tenders gonna come out, man, and just try to defend Bud on this right here. So, you know, just beware. Anyways, man, see you next time.
All right. We got Brandon with a cash app for a counterpunch. What up?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. We've been bitching and moaning about Bud leaving Top Rank for years now. And now that he's out the door, we got Bob out of his grasp. We want Bob to bid on this fight and so he can possibly get Bud to stay. That's the narrative we painting. That's hilarious, man. Fucking hilarious. But now this my call is really for Sean Porter, man. Sean, you got on your show when they elevated Virgil above you. Did all that bitching and moaning saying, I don't know how to activate a mandatory clause. Fans don't know what they're talking about. So they put you back in this spot. And the ball is in your favor. You said you was worth more than $1 million or $2 million. And now that we get the opportunity to see what you're really worth and to see whether or not Al think you worth that, we want Bob to pay for the fight. Fucking hilarious, man. But like I said, only way Bud gets out this fight.
Cut it. You know, that's the narrative you want to paint.
Yo, is being a Bud tender like being in the Beehive, like Beyonce?
It's a full-time
like,
defensive attorney. That's what you are. When
is it like being part of the Beehive, the Beyonce Beehive?
I don't know, man. I'm not in the Beehive, but I'm gonna assume that they buzzing around the queen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. All I know is, again, what I want from my promoter. So he could paint it any way he wants to the audience, but Terrence Bud Crawford doesn't want to go to purse bid. Terrence Bud Crawford wants the promoter that he's been dealing with for the last 10 years to make the big fight. That's why in his contract it states if you can't make the big fight, you got to give me an extra $1 million. So that's what Terrence wants. For you to say that I'm pitching a narrative, no, I'm asking his promoter, who he's still under contract with. You fantasizing about him being with Al. That's the problem. Get the fantasies out your head. He's still under contract. His promoter's still failing him. That's all that we're talking about.
That's a great clause, right, in your contract. If you don't give me what I want, you have to give me an extra $1 million.
It is. And that's why he's still over there.
And I wouldn't leave either. So to me, now that makes me paint a different picture of Crawford, you know? Like, yeah, renew it. I'm getting $1 million to fight your stable mates and be the star on your ranking, top rank, while everybody talks negative, but I'm getting paid.
I hit the thumbs up, just made it 119. I'm going to Landlord. Ringer, what up? Landlord, is that
taking
a mistake?
Shower, man? Come on, man.
That was a mistake, champ? You unmuted if you did. Okay, that was a mistake. N.O. in New Orleans, what up?
N.O.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the
Magnolia.
What's good? What's good? And that's how my audio sound. You know what I mean? I'm in a big truck right now. You heard me?
We can hear that. You sound like a chopper behind you.
I forgot. Yo, I ain't been in the truck in so long. It sound like you got that thing on when you're going downhill. What's that called?
A J brake. You heard me? What you know about that? You ain't no driver.
I know. Look, I forgot the terminology, but I can hear it like.
Oh, what's that called? Because I hear that all the time.
So I mean, let him explain it, because again, I ain't been in a truck in a minute. But I mean, my understanding is like when you going down a heavy hill a big hill or steep hill with a heavy load, you want to put this blank. I forgot the name of it. You want to hit that button so that it slows the truck down, kind of going down that hill, and you don't just pick up momentum with the weight, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. They call it a Jake brake. It's an engine. Yeah, it's an engine brake. You know what I mean? It helps slow that big monster down when you coming down that fucking hill with 45,000 pounds on your back. You understand?
Yeah.
But on to the fight. And that's shit, bro. I ain't seen nothing special, bro. I mean, shout out to all the Ugas fans and everything, bro. It looked like Ugas. Like it looked like a normal Ugas fight. He didn't go above and beyond, but he did enough. He actually got credit for what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like in a watching that fight and watching the Porter fight, it don't look too different. I'm tripping. It just looked like he just waiting for you to come in and he just gonna counter. He kind of remind me. It kind of make me feel like Danny a little bit. Like they just natural counter punches. But like, what he gonna do, bro? When he get in a situation to where it's like you gotta go all like when he get the Crawford or the Earl fight, you gotta do more than just counter, bro. You gotta go over beyond. Like you can see him just all out letting his hands go to try to win a 12 round in a close fight. Like I don't see that. I think he gonna play it safe. He gonna do what he needs to do, and hopefully he get the win. Like I don't see that dude beat none of the top guys, bro. I just don't, like, you know what I'm saying. But congratulating to the win. Pacquiao got old, bro. His fucking legs look shot. But I mean, here we are. Now, one good thing we got out of this, Ness, at least he the legal super champ now. At least he beat the man that had the belt. That's a good thing.
Yeah, he the real champ. He the real champ.
So we got that out the way now. Now we can go ahead and unify. Mm-hmm. So because you gotta think about it.
I don't know about unifying, man, because you know with Earl being hurt, there's a strong possibility WBC or the IBF strip him, man, or put him as champion in recess. He can't come back in less than 12 months, so like they gonna want to move on, man.
Yeah, you're right. So what we looking at, Daniel? Who we looking at?
I mean, I was checking the rankings. It looked like we could end up getting like a Mikey and a Pacquiao for the WBC, and a Quadratulo and a Sean for the IBF.
Gotcha. What about Boots? Boots said he can't slide nowhere up in there.
Boots is he's actually if he keep doing what he doing, he gonna be on Earl or whoever the champ gonna be in the IBF, because he number 4. That's the highest ranking he got. Number 4 in the IBF, and that's the best ranking because you know that's the one that actually give you the shot.
Yeah. I mean, he need to stay in that lane, because when he be lipping this, they only put him at number 4. I thought he'd be like at least number 3 or number 2 or some shit. That was a nice win against lipping that.
He ain't gonna get above Sean and Manny. Everybody in front of him except Quadratulo is you know Sean is there, Manny is number 3, Sean is number 2, Quadratulo somehow still number 1, even though he the one keep not wanting his shot.
But look, you think Thurman might bump his head one day and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna fight Boots?
I don't know, man. Thurman number 5 in the WBC, so I could see Mikey being busy because he about to take this deal with Dazn to stay busy in September. I could see WBC stripping Earl, putting him champion in recess, telling Manny like, yo, here's your WBC versus Keith rematch, swan song.
Yeah, I can see that. But say, bro, why don't you ask Keith that next time you talk to him, bro?
What?
You can
ask him what though?
Conversation. Him and Boots, man.
I talked
you can start some shit, man. You know.
I talked to him twice about Boots, man. He don't know who Boots is.
Hey, why you let that man make it with that shit? Come on, bro. That's what I be talking about, dog. You got your picks and chooses, bro. You could have pressed him on.
What you mean? I went back to him the second time, like, yo, Boots seen our interview and said, you know who he is. And he like, man, I probably seen a young boy, but I don't know who he is. So like, what you want me to do?
Now you know what's gonna happen right now. If Boots get the title, he gonna remember that shit, and Keith Thurman gonna be wondering why this motherfucker don't want to fight him. He be doing
Keith about to be retired, man. Keith about to be retired. Keith, how many fights Keith got left, man? Keith out here talking about fighting Tank, You know, Keith almost out of here. He won Pacquiao rematches.
You did that Tank shit, bro. You started that Tank shit. That man wasn't worried about no Tank. You asked that man about Tank, and that's how all that shit started, bro. You created that.
That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight, man. That's a good fight.
You don't feel like that fight is too early for a fight like that. Like when Mikey moved up, Mikey what, like 30 what? Mikey like 31? 30, like 30? 31, 30?
That was the problem. Mikey always been box first, man. Tank a killer.
Man, you think Tank you think he can knock Thurman out?
I think Tank could hurt Thurman to the body without a doubt. If Collazo could do it, fucking hell yeah, Tank could do it.
But Thurman done that, bro. If Tank come in there and demolish Thurman, done. Thurman on his way out there.
But that won't matter. He'd have done a big pay-per-view and he out. You know what I'm saying? He got a kid, he got a girl, he married, he done. He good for commentating. Why not? If you can't beat Tank, yeah, retire. You retired with that bag, and now you still commentating. You still better than most at commentating.
But by you being a Keith Thurman fan, would you feel comfortable with him going out like that against Tank?
Yeah. Listen, I ain't mad, and I gotta get to some other people. I ain't mad, but this the truth, Enrique. Like, Thurman was the first unified champ of this generation. Earl could talk all that talk. It was him first. Everybody you beat, he beat him first. You know what I'm saying? And he got his Pacquiao fight. He can't get the Floyd fight, so it's like, what else is really left for Thurman? Now he can't even get the Pacquiao rematch because Pacquiao about to retire. So what's left for Thurman?
Yeah, the
only
fight.
The only thing left for Thurman is Earl, and Earl now is damaged or on a, you know, he's on recess.
Yeah.
He's on recess.
And that makes it even a better fight for Thurman, I think. You know what I'm saying? He can focus on that eye. You know?
And if I'm Thurman, like, I'm not about to satisfy you boxing fans. Somebody, fight them. Why I'm gonna go fight Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis for?
Right.
Like, for real though. Like, why?
I also like how you said, he's better than most at commentating because he did a damn good job. They didn't even have him commentate as the fight happened. They had him between rounds and shit.
Yeah, because they hired Porter. Porter had an existing gig for that. He was doing that already.
Yeah.
But the minute that spot open, they gonna slide him in there. The minute Porter in the ring, they need Keith on the outside.
Yeah, Keith did great.
Yeah.
I fell for it. And Porter did great too. I ain't gonna take nothing away from him.
We got LV Slugger with another one, I think. He says, and this is 1, 2, 3. He says, AB versus Thurman buildup would be epic. They both will do a great job selling the fight. The sound bites will be legendary. Very true. Listen, I do not mind that fight. And honestly, if it ain't Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford, that's what I want for Keith. If Keith can't get Earl, who's now injured, and Crawford, who's in a purse bid situation, yeah, Keith deserves a fucking big name fight. Like, not no tough fight. His tough fights are Crawford and Earl. Those are his contemporaries. People want to put Keith in this Virgil Ortiz and Jaron, and he not back there. He the first to unify. If anybody deserve a shot at Crawford and Earl, it's Keith. He's the lineal unified champion. Fuck out of here. Ain't nobody beat him but Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Nobody beat him when he was unified. He was the unified champ. He beat Danny first. He beat Porter first. Well, at least first than Earl, because Brooke did it first. Let me go to Mad Bent. Hawk in Maryland.
Yo. What's up? I'm gonna take the crow, and then I'm gonna spit the words, man. Hey, dog. Over the last month, what I saw last night was the last of the generational fighters from the last generation get old. Last night, it seemed to me, I saw the same fight 4 weeks ago when I saw Floyd fight Logan Paul. They both had the same looks on their face. Around the 6th round with Floyd and about the 9th round with Pacquiao, where you can look at him, try to actually knock the other guy out, and then get to the point where they just said, You know, you could look at Pacquiao and Floyd. Both of those fights where they just wanted to just get through the fight without getting embarrassed. When they both realized at age, it's not Manny Pacquiao's legs cramping and all this stuff that everybody, man, the dude is 42. It's simple as that. Floyd is 45. That's all that's wrong. And as far as Ugas, where everybody going crazy, Ugas is all right. He was a good fighter. But in my opinion, bro, I saw an average fighter fight a 42-year-old man that he should have mowed over. I mean, he did good. He won a fight. He should have mowed Pacquiao over. He went 12 rounds like he always does, getting through a fight. And as far as Keith Thurman, I say, in my opinion, put Keith Thurman in there in a real quick fight with Robert Guerrero. Why his name hot? They had a fight before already, so that's still on the. They're still on the burner. Robert's face is fresh in people's mind. Get a quick one in there for Keith, and Keith jumping in with somebody big next year. Keith should be able to take Robert Guerrero out. And I don't think Sean Porter's going to fight Keith Terrence Crawford. I believe they're going to get the press period. Some crap going to come up, and Sean Porter going to end up fighting Ugas. They're going to put that rematch on. It's all going to be in-house. I just think that's what's going to happen. The Sean Porter Terrence Crawford fight is going to get tanked, and Sean Porter going to end up in there with Ugas. I can see it happen. They're going to throw him on the ratings, Sean Porter, over there at the WBA. I wouldn't be surprised if he get put up there. So, you know, but as far as what I saw was a great fight. Manny Pacquiao did what he could, but just like 3 weeks ago, you saw two dudes. One's 45, the other one's 42. That's all we saw. That's all. That's it. I'm off.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta disagree with that, man, because first of all, Manny Pacquiao, you can't just walk through Manny Pacquiao. No one has ever walked through Manny Pacquiao, not even Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. If it was Earl that fought Pacquiao, people would have a different opinion of the fight. Now that it's Ugas that done it, it's like, oh, he was old. If it was Earl, Earl, man, Earl body Pacquiao, man.
Earl would beat anybody.
Earl body Pacquiao. Yo, he destroyed it. He made a legend look average with a jab, yo.
Yo, he went 12 with him.
Word.
Took his legs off him, man.
Yo, he made Pacquiao look like, like
yo,
he got
watch
old.
what he gonna do to Bud. Watch.
Yo, let me ring the alarm for my man L to the V slugging. That was his third super chat. We got Matt Bent, 100, Kansas City, says, Ugas, I beat him now, was too old, no legs. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. After Ugas beats him, now they trying to like, oh, Pacquiao was old, Pacquiao was this, Pacquiao was that, man. Boxing, bro, it's like that, bro. It's like that, bro. It's crazy, man. It's hard to win in this sport. JT, you avail? Why? JT in New Orleans.
Yo, Ness, I'd love to stay, man, but I gotta go.
Right.
Gotta go. TBV_casual fan. Follow me on YouTube, Twitter, TBV_casual fan. Catch me out at the waterfront. What's it called?
Border Wars, September.
Not the Border
1st.
Wars. Where we at?
Watertown, Wisconsin.
Watertown, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's going down in Wisconsin.
Yo, peace. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out. Let me get to JT.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'm killing this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up, man? I don't know how everybody's still talking about Pacquiao fighting again, especially because if I'm gonna be honest with you, Ness, I saw in the fight, and I kind of predicted that before the fight. Pacquiao wasn't gonna be the same Pacquiao like everybody kept trying to make him out to be. The legs, it wasn't his legs was stiff. It just like his reflex and all that wasn't there no more. The guy that just called in talking about it was a boring fight. It wasn't a boring fight. Ugas made the fight look easy. Pacquiao didn't engage like he normally engage and make the fight how Pacquiao normally do. He couldn't and stuff like that. And Ugas was just kept catching him, kept him off with the jab. I feel like he could have fought at better distance, but he did pretty good with distance with a jab and kept throwing that loop and right hand. He kept tagging Pacquiao in his neck on the side of his head every time Pacquiao tried to step out. But it was an easy unanimous decision win for Ugas. And I say that, man. I think it's going to be Ugas versus Earl or Ugas versus Bud. Those are the fights that we want to make. And me personally, I'm glad Pacquiao didn't get victory because he would have had the belt tied up and stuff like that, and now we would have been waiting on him fighting. But I don't think Pacquiao is going to fight anymore, especially if he fights Gervonta Davis. I think Gervonta Davis do has the power to stop Pacquiao because I just saw Pacquiao in the ring, and you kept looking at it. They kept showing his wife. His wife and them know his time is up in the sport. Pacquiao was a good, excellent champion, a elite fighter to the sport, but we know it's not his time no more. Any topic else y'all was talking about?
Yeah, we asking the question, what do you want next for Thurman? Ugas, Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, or Tank Davis?
Keith Thurman just need to stop talking and fight somebody. But I think I definitely take Ugas again against Keith Thurman in a fight. I just don't see Keith Thurman fighting at that high level anymore. Ugas showed everybody that everybody kept sleeping on Ugas. Talking about, I just don't see it. I just don't see the skills. I saw the skills and all that in Ugas. I saw it when he fought Sean Porter. That's how Sean Porter was so highly on Ugas. And when he was saying he was winning the fight, he knew what it was when they fought. He probably in the back of his mind, Ugas did get the better end of him, but he's not gonna sit there and say that. But Keith Thurman, he could take on all those fights. Bruce Ennis, I don't see that'd be a good fight. I still might favor Keith Thurman in that fight, against Bruce Ennis. I don't think he just ready yet to be on that level. He might have a skill and talent and all that, but he's just not still ready yet. Like he ain't do what he needed to do yet to get that significant fight to me or one of those guys. Like how the sports been going for the Keith Thurmans and Errol Spence. But me personally, I'm gonna be honest. If Errol would have fought Manny Pacquiao, he'd have stopped Pacquiao. If we ain't had no eye injury, I'm just being honest, man. I'm just thinking he would
Earl
start
ain't
walking
stopped
on.
Mikey, man. And
Man, listen to what I'm saying. Man,
Earl
hold
ain't
on.
stopped
Listen.
Mikey, and Mikey is not
Ness,
extraordinary like Pacquiao.
we're not gonna go back. I'm not going back to the Mikey. What I'm saying is, I saw Ugas Paisley, and beat Errol. Errol would have stepped it up on Pacquiao and would have started punishing Pacquiao. You think he was getting hit with right hands? He'd been getting hit with right hands from the southpaw position more. And then the body shots, it took a lot out of Pacquiao. He wasn't taking the body shots well. Maybe that took some out of his legs as well too. But like I said, man, if Errol eye injury wasn't there, eventually he would have just mauled on Pacquiao and beat him, and they would have had to stop it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't show me now, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it. So that's all I got, man. I hope Errol come back, but I'm more interested in the Errol versus Ugas fight because I think that's not gonna be no easy fight for Errol. But that's my call.
All right. Esteban Angulino. No Esteban.
How's it going, Ness?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Bro, you like 26 days out, bro. You got to take a fight before you be left out in the cold.
Hey, last time I went there, I had a different opponent on the same night, and I still fought. It's just for me, it's about showing up and being, for everybody, mentally and physically healthy. And that's what my focus is. And that's the biggest fight for me. So I can't worry about an opponent at this point. I'm not that good yet. But I watched the fight last night, and I thought both of the fighters were extraordinary. Almost, super ability. Pacquiao's speed and Yordenis Ugas, his strength, the way he could block those shots, he's very strong. The way Manny was blocking his shots, it seemed that if Manny was concussed, he blocked the shots, but they still rattled his brain. And at the end, at the post conference, he barely could speak. But he got in there and he fought and I don't think Manny should fight again. And Yordenis Ugas, he's the champion. And if he fight Earl Spence, Ugas is afraid of nothing. You can tell. He isn't afraid. And thank you for letting me speak, Ness. And shout out to TBV.
All right. Looks like we got Cash App from a counterpunch. Who's this? Paper Chaser. Who is this? I don't even know. That's you, Jonathan?
You know it.
Oh, what up, champ?
What up, pimp? What's up, boss?
Chilling.
Yes, sir. Blessed and highly favored, man. Thank you for another show. So this is just my counterpunch.
I mean, however you want it. Counterpunch in the call, just the counterpunch. Let
All
me
right,
know.
let's chop it up. Let me get your blood boiling a little bit. So it's funny because I never usually agree with Brandon, but today we've been on the same page, oddly. So let me just pick up where he left off. First, I will say you are absolutely correct in what your assessment is about Bob. So I'm going to start there. But I think you missed what Brandon was saying. So just hear me out. What you said is absolutely correct prior to going to purse bid. Post purse bid, I think what he's saying is it's all on Sean for this fight to happen because now that it goes to purse bid, Bud has no choice but to fight him. If Sean pulls out, then there's no fight. But Bud cannot pull out or he will be stripped. And I think that's what Brandon Maurice was trying to get his point across. The only thing he was trying to say is Bud has no say-so at this point. Once it goes to purse bid, it's all on Sean to make the fight happen.
But it's really not.
Why? If Bud can't pull out the purse bid.
Because you guys are asking Sean's promoter to pay for the fight.
No, we're not. Anybody to pay for the fight. He never specified who.
No. You don't have to specify. There's only two parties, Bob and Al.
In a purse bid? I thought anybody could bid.
Absolutely, but until some mysterious man comes out of nowhere, it's usually the two parties.
So if no party bids, what happens then? I guess that's my question. If no party bids on the purse bid, what happens? No fight?
They gonna move on to the next mandatory.
Okay.
And my thing is this, right? If I'm Al Heyman, why am I going to pay a large sum to get Crawford versus Porter? Yes, my fighter Porter wants that fight, but I am going to lose 60% of what I bid just to make my fighter happy when I have plenty to offer him on my side that is equal or greater than.
Absolutely.
So as a businessman, it may not make sense to Al, but Brandon wants to brainwash the audience and say if it don't happen, it's because of Al Heyman and Porter. That is not true. It's supposed to happen because of Bob Arum, because he is the mandatory. To put the onus on all of a sudden on Al to make this fight is insane. Insane.
And I agree with you. And again, I think at this point, now that it's in purse bid, what he's saying is more the pressure is on Al. But I'm going to use your words. If I'm Bob, why would I overpay when Sean Porter is asking for more than $2 million and I don't think he's worth $2 million?
Okay.
If you think you are.
But Jonathan, you're going off old negotiations. We never heard.
Porter said this recently.
We never heard that Bob started this new 30 days ordered for these two to fight with $2 million. You guys are going off what Porter said when Bob initially said Porter wasn't worth more than $1 million. Ever since the WBO mandated this fight and ordered it, Bob's comments have not been negative. So unless you got something dated within this 30 days that's about to expire, I don't know what you mean about 2 million, because I haven't seen any figures reported. I haven't seen Coppin just say, talks are now dead between Crawford and Porter.
Someone threw that number out there.
Huh?
You said what?
I'm trying to figure out what you just said. I didn't hear you.
I said Sean Porter most recently, I said about a couple months ago, said on his
But that's
podcast.
what I'm saying. You literally just answered, John. A couple months means more, at least 2. That's 60 days. The WBO just ordered this, and the purse bid is on the 2nd, which means the 30 days are up. Okay? So anything he said before that don't matter, is what I'm telling you. It's now. They've been ordered within 30 days. They had to make a deal. So if Bob ain't say nothing about 2 million or Porter ain't say nothing, in the last 30 days, it don't matter, because this is the newest and latest negotiations.
So it's not fair to like believe that we're stating anything less than 2 mil. Hello?
You really breaking up. I don't know if you're.
I said. So, based on that, is it fair to say the reason why the fight is going to purse bid is because Sean Porter refuses to take anything less than $2 million?
I don't know, man. Because again, yesterday's price isn't today's price, and how I felt yesterday isn't how I feel today. That's just how.
So you don't. So no blame goes to Porter if this fight doesn't happen. It's all on Bob and Terrence.
You tell me how it is that you're trying to find a loophole when this man literally had his last 7 or 8 mandatories on that network.
Yeah, but they didn't require as much money as Porter.
What do you mean?
I doubted if they required as much money as Porter. None of them been as prestigious as Porter. None of them has done as much as Porter. So we're talking about a totally different caliber of fighter.
So last I checked, I mean, you just want to argue. But last I checked, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Man.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine, because I'm proving it to the audience. Because you're saying none of them were as prestigious or demanded, which are 2 lies. Amir was more prestigious because he brings in UK pay-per-view, and he was paid way more than the 2 million. And so did Brooke. So you lied and you overlooked. So the truth is, Porter isn't the most expensive. He isn't demanding the most. They've already given and found ways to make those fights happen with other people. What you are not seeing, and what you guys refuse to do, is point the finger at the problem. Okay, he was able to give Khan $6 million and some change. Go and Google it.
Because he's worth that. Bob felt like
listen to me. Listen to me. That's fine. You can argue whatever you want to argue. The point is, you just came on air and said that one guy was asking for more than anyone else, when that's not true. Khan was given somewhere in 6 and above, man. So it's just not, they can find the money. They can do it. And that's the bottom line. No one was looking at Eddie to make Khan fight Crawford. It was Bob that had to make it.
But financially, that Khan fight made sense because of the country Khan.
No, it didn't. Let the shovel go, Jonathan. No, it didn't. That's why it only did 150,000 pay-per-views, and that's why it was a fucking failure. One man got 6 million guaranteed.
Okay,
the other guy got 5 million guaranteed. You talking about it was a success? Fuck out of here.
No. I didn't say it was a success. I said Bob felt like that money was worth it because of what Khan brought,
Bob,
as far as his
listen,
fan
man,
base.
you guys got to just stop it, man. Just because it's Crawford, we got to stop. We can't just make things up for him.
It ain't about it being Crawford, but Porter has to take some blame here.
Porter is the mandatory challenger. Let me ask you why this didn't happen with Daniel Jacobs. Look at how people like to blame Al. Okay. Al was so cunning, he made Daniel Jacobs get more than his mandatory percent in his mandatory challenge of Gennady Golovkin. But here y'all are, right? Forcing Al to somehow put the money up. No, you know what Al did? I ain't putting the money up for Jacobs, and I'm making you give me more than what the fucking contract states that a WBA champion's supposed to get when he fights the mandatory. And guess who paid for the money? HBO still paid because that's they fighter. But that's
and
what you
Bob
don't get.
He tired of losing money.
And that's what you don't. Now we get into the point. So don't say it's Al's fault and Porter's fault. Your promoter.
Ness, I started this by saying prior to the purse bid, you are
Brandon is saying
absolutely
that.
correct.
But Brandon is you coming in here defending Brandon's whack ass argument, tainting the minds of the audience. That's not how it works. It's never been Al's fault to get fucking Crawford a fight. He got a promoter.
You right about that.
All
I'm
right, so we
saying
arguing
is,
for nothing.
No. What my point was, now that we're in purse bid, I just feel like the onus is on Al.
No, it's not.
Al
I
Porter.
don't have to bid. Why do I gotta ask me? Why do I have to now all of a sudden bid for my fighter to get a fight with your champion when that's the rules? That's what the rules state, that he's the mandatory challenger. You are systematically avoiding my fighter.
Absolutely fine if that's the words we're going to use.
Stop saying anything other than that.
So let's go get the belt though. If I'm Al, we gonna go get that belt from Crawford.
You asking Al to give this guy a fight.
Just like we were asking Al to make that AJ fight so Wilder could get the belt, and Al dropped the ball on
No, he didn't. I gotta let you go. You're gonna have to pay for more time now. You had like 30 minutes. My man out here just straight lying. How you bring up Wilder back when they just showed you the 40 million was real? So if they got 40 for Canelo, how the fuck they ain't have 50 for AJ? I mean, you come on, man. Like y'all pick and choose what arguments y'all want to win and lose here. Like if the 50 wasn't real, how they find it for Canelo? And the rumors been for the last 3 years? They're losing money. They're closing up shop. But they found 40 for Canelo. And the 50 was never real. No, man. No. And King KO, man, you can say whatever you want. You got like 10 accounts, bro. You like a troll to the 10th power. Like, listen, it's not the B-Side's promoter. It's not the B-Side's job to win a purse bid just to make his mandatory. Like, did Earl have to win a purse bid to fight Brooke? No. No, that's not how it works. It's never worked that way. Like, y'all literally change rules for your favorite fighters. Oh, man, I mean, fuck. It ain't Bob's fault no more. It ain't Crawford. If it don't happen now, it's Al's fault. Like, what the fuck? Man, what sport do you watch? Now, all of a sudden, the B-side, the mandatory challenger got to come with the bag in order to get a fight with the champion. Like, you dudes just change the rules as you go, man. It's insane to me. I didn't see motherfucking Alexander Povetkin come with no bag to fight AJ when he took the fight right off the plate of Wilder for the WBA on September 28th. Like, y'all just lie and lie and lie. Campos came with a big-ass bag for Earl, huh? Oh, shit, yo. Campos came with so much money for the Earl fight. You guys are just fucking liars. This is so disgusting. You show who you rotting for, like, and then call me biased. Weird as fuck. Yo, all of a sudden, Al got to win purse bids. I mean, show me another mandatory challenger that does that. Show me. Just making shit up, man. So sad. Let me go to Brandon in Houston, man. Brandon in Houston, Texas. Where you at? Where's this introduction? All right, so I lost it. It's in here. We're gonna focus. Lot of names in and stuff like that. Where? All right. Still ain't find it. There, no, that's Cincy. Here it goes. There it goes. Too many purples. Let's change that to like a yellow. Stick out.
At the end of the day, I'm not nobody's friend right here. I don't want to be nobody's friend. I'm here to knock people out, and that's my mission here. I'm here to knock people out, and if you don't want to get knocked out, don't mention my name. You know, sometimes you don't even have to throw hard. You just have to hit the right spot, and the people go down.
What up, man?
Brandon.
My man Nick. Yeah. Yo, I got to throw in the towel for your man to just call in just now. You was going to the body, you had him in the corner, you cut the ring off, he couldn't do nothing, man. It made too much sense. I don't understand these dudes. Like you said, they want to call you biased, man. I say, you know, I'm in the background every day. You know, I'm the book and producer on the show. You got, you know, we organize, you know, all kind of stuff with the guests and we cutting audio and sending, you know. I watched these dudes last week say, well, matter of fact, whenever they announced that Earl was hurt, I saw all these dudes in the chat. We ain't paying for this. You know, Manny gonna watch this dude. You know, this Manny KO. Then, you know, we see Ugas' arm last week. Oh, he got a torn bicep. It ain't no way. I ain't no way I'm paying for this. Right? And then, let me tell you, I had a torn bicep literally last year. You ain't picking up a grocery bag, bruh, let alone throwing a punch. But these were the same people saying that, and then now this morning, all of a sudden, nah, that ain't no upset. When you put up the poll, I was like, really? Last night in the chat, I'm seeing dudes talk about Pacquiao up 6'3". I'm like, man, what the fuck is y'all watching? 6'3"? And you put up the poll this morning saying, was this an upset? And people said no. And I'm just like, bro, boxing fans are crazy, bro. Why don't people like to give people their credit, man? Give this dude his credit. Yo, give this dude his credit, man. He fought a hell of a fight. His arms, he's just physically a bad matchup for Manny Pacquiao, bro. His arms is too long. He was able to shell up behind. It wasn't landing. And everything, anytime Manny Pacquiao jumped in, he stuck that jab out. Get off me. Manny Pacquiao all off balance, getting knocked around. And people talking about he was up, even on the broadcast. I'm like, man, what is going on? Literally, I think the only reason why Ugas did not get robbed is because Michael Fox is a hot button topic in boxing world, and they just couldn't do that again. You just can't do it. I really thought that they might have tried to do it again, but I'm like, nah, they already got the spotlight on them, man.
Hey, Brandon.
But my point is,
I need help.
Yeah.
to get at the other Brandon who's side texting me, right? So
what up?
If we had to compare, Crawford and Porter, situation and fighters, right? Situation and fighters to the Deontay Wilder and Alexander Povetkin alleged fight where, you know, it was supposed to happen and it never happened. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Or do you need me to refresh your memory?
Because of the PEDs? Nah, because of the PEDs, right?
Okay. So now that you got that situation in your mind, who in the Porter and Crawford situation, who's Wilder and who's Povetkin?
Let me see. Let me get this right before I answer. You said who's Wilder in this scenario?
Yes.
Who is Wilder?
Yes.
And who is Povetkin?
Yes. In the Crawford-Porter situation.
Man, that's an interesting question. I would say that it wouldn't because wait. So who was putting up the money for that fight though? Who was the promoter putting up the money for that? Who's supposed to be the one putting up the money for that Povetkin fight?
Like any purse bid, there's two sides. That doesn't matter. We need to first get through who do you believe is Wilder? Is it Crawford or is Wilder Porter?
Oh shit. Definitely Crawford is Wilder in that situation.
Okay. So Brandon sends me the Wilder Povetkin situation, and he says, here's your example of a B-side winning the purse bid. But this is a poor example of his argument, which his initial argument is Al needs to pay for the fight, not Bob. So then
that's bullshit. Bullshit. Let me wait. Listen. Literally last week, I don't know if you saw this on Barbershop Conversation. I don't know if you caught that interview. I know you're busy. But I caught that, and literally Bob Arum said, and again, the Terrence Crawford, it'd be best if he become a free agent. He literally said that. He literally said that last week. It'd be best if Crawford could go out and fight because, we lost a lot of money. He literally said this. I'm like, damn. Again? Like, he said this week. Yeah. I got to see that clip, man.
So that's what it is. So Brandon just wants someone to help his favorite fighter. Now we get it. I didn't know that took place. That's sad.
Yeah, man. My God. Yeah, I got to see that clip. He said it out on the air, like, and even Fred was like, damn, wow. He said, yeah, it'd be best if he could go be a free agent, go make his own fights like Canelo does. I'm like, and again, I'm like, wow. I'm like, oh, wow. So Brandon, I like Brandon from Cincinnati, but he had no argument in this, bro. Like, you're fighting a losing battle, man.
Brandon, why does your Bob Arum voice sound like, remember Scooby, like when Scooby tried to talk and shit? That's how you.
Bob.
Yo, your King Born is way better, though. Your King Born is better, though.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. Hey, what? I told you, man. Pacquiao. It's when you go to McDonald's, right? Yeah, man. All that, man. But
he said it's like when you go to McDonald's.
Yeah. You gotta find. Hey, you know how King Boy, he be searching for the right analogy. He just be thinking live on air. It's like when you got a water bottle, right? And the water been sitting in the trunk for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, where you going with this, bro? But that's my call, man. I just wanted to call it because he was being real stupid yesterday and it was getting under my skin, man. But shout out to you, Ness, for always doing your thing, man. And we're supposed to have a couple of guests on the show this week. Shout out to Info Joe. I gotta give Info Joe to get my announcement right. I'm sorry, Joe, for not reaching out, bro. I will be reaching out this week. And yeah, man, appreciate you, Ness, and do your thing, bro. That's my call.
Appreciate you, man. For those that don't know, that's the great man behind the scenes, booking all the great guests that we've been having over the last 60 days or so. Shout out to Brandon. We were desperately needing a co-producer, and he's stepped up to the plate. He's also going to be fighting in Border Wars. So if you're going to be, if you don't want to participate in Border Wars, you can always just come through and see some great fights live. We're trying to get Border Wars. If we get enough sponsors, we're going to have it go straight to YouTube. You know what I mean? But if you can't, you can't buy a ticket, you can click it if it ain't free. I don't know. You should just come in anyway, right? You get to watch him fight, taking on Vrel. That's a big fight. And it's going to be that's actually going to be a very entertaining fight. I'm happy to have Enrique on board so that I can commentate with someone this time around and have a better experience, or give you guys a better experience. We're also going to be doing post-fight interviews. Just so much cooking, man. We also going to be in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach on Saturday, calling the BPE, Justin Big Time Promotions card. So we working, man. We working. We got a super chat here from Bo and Bama that says, can we get Brandon to do a full King Born call with intro and all? That's a fine president. He actually did one. I played it and King Born called in like, yo, that's a fake King Born. He did one, man. He did one. We got High and Low Sports Centrum that says the boxing voice is more. Thank you. But yeah, man, going back to Brandon's weak ass fucking thing, right? So here's the point. Porter is Povetkin. Povetkin and his Russian promoter paid crazy amount of money to get the Wilder fight on their soil, right? So the difference there was Al Heyman was negotiating with Povetkin and trying to get that fight in America. They had other plans. They wanted to take it over there. So Wilder obviously didn't want to fight in Russia, so they had to go to purse bid, and Al didn't win, so they had to go to purse bid. And the only way out of that fight was after Povetkin tested positive, you know? But Wilder was already in the UK getting acclimated, getting ready to go to fight Povetkin. You know, that fight was going to happen. Again, the difference is you got a promoter that had an agenda, right? So, yes, Al could be the Russian promoter and pay in a crazy amount. Like you see here, it says $7.1 million wins Wilder Povetkin purse. Or you could just negotiate, which Al was trying to do. But obviously, Povetkin wanted to take it to Russia, a completely different circumstance than this. This fight isn't going to any other place, any other state other than America. Again, no reason for them to go to purse bid. You just want to put the blame on someone because your favorite fighter can't get a fight. And I understand, but we got to stop. Like, how long are we going to be doing that? But speak of them, and like Candyman, you know there's a new Candyman coming out, but you'll get what I mean by.
When you see old dirty bastards form a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your...
Yo, y'all hear me, right? This the real King Born, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Peace to the live chat. Peace to TBV family. Let's get to this fight, man, and we gonna talk about Porter and Ugas. Yeah, I said it. Porter and Ugas is next. Y'all saw Porter face, how he moving with that shit, man. He chomping at the bit. He like, oh shit, this dude beat Pacquiao. Now I can get it on. Let's get to this Ugas fight, man. Yo, if you 50 years old, you ain't gonna run a 4-3 in the 40. You heard? The man got old before our eyes, man. And we didn't see, and even though he put hands on Thurman and dropped him and everything, 2 years, 42, going on 43, he knew what time it was. You saw his face? He had more lumps than Peter Puma. You feel me? So like I said, man, yo, no disrespect to Manny. Yo, he tried. Couldn't move them legs, man. He was sort of like in quicksand, man. Ugas now is the kind of man. He ain't the real man, but he kind of the man, right? So what we gonna do with Ugas, y'all? We probably gonna get we can't get Thurman because Thurman didn't fight nobody. If Thurman would have had even a bullshit fight against Fabian Madonna, he could have wiggled his way in to get that belt from Ugas. That's super. You heard? But like I said, man, it's gonna be Porter. And I'm have everybody on his damn call in a frenzy. If Bud does not, y'all can't cheat and y'all can't say top rank. Who are you gonna go to? If Bud contract in October, is he going to PBC, Dazn, or he gonna be a free agent? Nah, no Ness. I think he gonna, Doggy, I think he gonna make a move to PBC or become a free agent. And I asked everybody, I asked this shit on the back chat. I couldn't get on Skype because you know what it is with that. But like I said, y'all, or everybody in the Kingborn Army, I need y'all to think this shit out, right? What the fuck is Bud gonna do? And what is Porter going to do? Because Thurman going to be the odd man out. I'm sorry. They got it. Ugas right now is kind of the man. He ain't the man because it's still Errol. You know what I mean? So, look, for Thurman, give him boots in it. Give him boots in it, man. Give him somebody.
Only 23% wanted that. More people want Ugas to fight Thurman. We just did a poll. We had 400 people vote.
Okay, but listen. But Thurman don't deserve it, dog. He hasn't fought nobody. That's what the people want. He only got a tune-up, man. We got to keep it real, Ness.
That's what the people want.
We got to keep it real. You didn't diss us on that live chat shit last night. Thank you for that. But we got to keep it real.
That's what the people want.
All right. I'm going to put it to you like this. We know Thurman talk game is off the hook, and he could sell a fight. You know what I mean? But think about it. Is it fair that Thurman Porter don't get it, or Jerron Booth in it, who the mandatory? Who the man though?
And this ain't even in the top, man, bruh. And it's only top 4 on IBF, man.
They gotta give him something, man. They gotta give him something. But y'all mark my words, and I'm gonna get everybody mad at me. But fuck it, this is King Born talking. Yo, we're never ever. I told people last year. I told Ness last year. I told Skype last year. I told Backchat last year. We're not gonna get this Bud and Errol fight. And now with this eye shit going on, I don't think it's gonna happen. But but mark my words. He ain't fucking with Top Rank no more. You never gonna do business with somebody that disrespected you, didn't put no promotion behind you.
Man,
You heard?
I hope you're right, man. I really hope that, you know, that he don't. But difficult, man. Difficult, man. But on our poll, we asked, who do you want to see, or excuse me, I said, who do you want for Thurman? And, you know, we said Ugas, Virgil, Javon, and Tank, and everybody picked Ugas. And now I'm gonna ask on my community page, not just the live chat. Who do you want for Thurman next? We're going to ask this on the community page. You know what I'm saying? And wake up to these results mañana and see what the people said. That'll be the first. Boom. We asking that on the community on YouTube. So if you want to drop your suggestion, do so. All right. We got, who's this? I gotta use the sheet. I don't know who's this. You can tell that's been a Young Prophet. Young Prophet, what up? Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. Great show, Nick. I just wanted to say, man, people like why Thurman. I mean, Thurman deserved it because shit, he was unified before Earl was unified, and then Earl was already chasing Thurman. Thurman, outside of Pacquiao, Thurman like the biggest name left in the welterweight. So why not get Ugas there? If Ugas beat Thurman, then when Spence come back, it's a bigger fight. But as far as Crawford goes, I think he's gonna go to the zone because, I mean, Eddie at least try to give him a fight. Bob told, and then people like, oh man, Bob ain't gonna pay for nothing that he ain't making money on. So why you want Adam to pay for something he ain't making no money on? It don't make no sense. But that's my call, man. Thanks.
All right. That's what I'm saying. These Crawford fans want Al to do what Bob is on, like, free radio saying. Like you're crazy, bro. Like, come on, man. Hilarious. But I get it, man. This is what your favorite fighter makes you do, man. You get desperate. We've all been there. Listen, looks like we got to everybody. That's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Let me refresh over here, make sure I ain't leaving none of y'all super chats behind. Catch me tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. You know, nothing changed. We are back in the morning, talk more boxing. And looks like we do maybe. No, we did that. All right, we're gone. Peace.